Borders. Something that define us all. Sometimes taken seriously and sometimes not so much. And sometimes they're taken so seriously that you would have thought they're not taken seriously at all. Today, we're going to be looking at some of those borders. A map of the Louisiana-Mississippi state border along the Mississippi River. Yeah, this is why you don't make borders that follow along corrosive rivers. Because look at it, it's just one big calamity. The river's gone from all the way out here to all the way along here. Locals know it follows the river. Could you imagine looking out of your window and noticing Louisiana's getting closer to you? This is why the border should be updated in real time. It follows wherever the river goes. A map of the Italy-Slovenia border as it passes down the middle of the town of Croatia. So as we can see, this is the train station right here. The border's just going along here. It looks like they've made a petty attempt to let you know that there is actually a different country right along here. But to be honest, I do have a few logistical problems with this. You know, I don't know how old this train station is. I don't know if it was there before, you know, the Roman Empire. But if it was, then, I mean, very diplomatic of Italy to just let Slovenia have it, you know. Train stations are very important for the economy and for your people, and Italy just gave it to them. Very nice of them. That's why I respect the Roman Empire. I mean, here in the UK, we're still fighting over a rock with neighbouring countries. A map of the Ugandan-Kenyan border dispute over Migingo Island. Uganda and Kenya have been arguing over who owns this small island, barely visible at the centre of the map above. Okay, I stand corrected. Maybe it's not just the UK. I mean, I don't really know what the debate is. It's clearly on the Kenyan side. Look at that. Straight up no sunlight on the island. I was just saying, what's the point over arguing it at first? But clearly it's got some use. Must be like fishermen or something. Why did they choose to all live on this island when this island is way bigger and is not densely populated? What? Not gonna lie, I'm slightly baffled. Now this island right here, I can understand the dispute a little bit more. Why? Why? Why is it also lighter on the Ugandan side? I didn't think time zones were that accurate. 100% a British person drew this border. You can just tell. Straight line, controversial, careless. A map of the Slovenia-Croatia border as it passes through the middle of a restaurant killing in the town of Uganda. This is one of my favourite borders of all time because of how much of an absolute mess it is. Slovenia loves sharing their buildings, don't they? And what's crazy too is this bit cut off here is literally the bathroom. Could you imagine going to Croatia to take a dump and then finding out a day later that you're being extradited to Croatia because you've got to flush the toilet? That's a story to tell the grandkids. You know how there's like this whole stereotype about how people like ditch their dinner dates by jumping out the bathroom window? Could you imagine finding out your dinner date fled to Croatia and didn't even finish their carbonara? You'd be livid. I like how they've gone through all of this, you know, placing the barbed wire, only for them to also both be in the Schengen zone and have a door that goes straight through. A map of the Bertha-Will Triangle and related territory dispute between Egypt and the Sudan. It's actually the only unclaimed territory left in the world, and the reason why it's not claimed is because if either side laid claim to this triangle right here, then they wouldn't be able to claim this triangle right here, which they want more. A map of the Brazil-Uruguay border dispute over Brazilian Island. Brazilian Island, huh? Brazilian Island. Well, I think that settles that. Border disputes with a sense of humour. A map of the Canada-Denmark border at the Hans Island. Do they really care about the island? Absolutely not. So what do? Each country takes turn in claiming it by sticking a flag and a bottle of their local alcohol on it. You see what happens when two of the friendliest countries in the world meet? Wait till they find out there's oil on it. Then it gets serious. Oh, they'll be throwing that alcohol on it with a flame attached. That's a Molotov joke if you didn't realise. Here is Hans Island right here. You can actually see there is a border going straight through the middle of it now. Don't think that was there in the past. It's not even rendered in yet. That's how useless it is. Fighting over an unrendered island? Couldn't be my country. Ours were rendered. The fuel for your people to get there and just place the bottle of alcohol in the ground is way more money than that island is going to generate. Come on. A map of the northwest angle border between the USA and Canada. If you didn't know, this is the only area that is higher than the 49th parallel. Apart from Alaska, of course. Neither side, when making this border, didn't realise they've gone above the 49th parallel, which is what they wasn't meant to do. What's crazy about this, though, I still don't know if this is 100% true, but the population of Angle Inlet, this town right here, has gone from a population of 62 in 2011 to a population of 0 since 2018. I don't know whether to believe that. It's actually got no street view coverage as well. Maybe the population is 0. Personally, if I'm Canada, I'm invading that. Honestly though, if you're America, great place to build a nuclear power plant. You know, the French technique, stick it right on the border. So if there's an explosion, you only have to clean up half of it. A map of the strange border between Sweden and Finland and mark it fair. So if you didn't know with this one, this border at one point in time went absolutely straight. But Sweden, you know, decided to build a lighthouse on it. On the wrong side as well. Thankfully, you know, Sweden and Finland, very diplomatic countries. So they just decided to give each other equal amount of land, which made the border like this. All I'm going to say is Netherlands, Belgium, take notes. This is how you draw a border around a building. You don't stick it through the middle like some psychopath. And then, of course, you know, we've got New York and New Jersey. As I've said in the past, it looks like a game of Fortnite, and this is the final zone. I reckon some guy just stuck his finger on the paper and just drew around it. As for this bit, maybe go see a doctor? I'm convinced the people that drew these borders had no common sense. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if they were done with crayons. Straight through the library. Do you know how much of a pain that is? Like, it's just outrageous. Imagine having to go through a metal detector because you want to read Lemony Snicket. And of course, straight through people's houses as well. I'm going to assume they get let off. Like, as you can see, this is the library right here. Very nice looking. And then this is the border between the US and Canada. Doesn't look that well protected, but there is a police car waiting right next to it. It was quite baffling to me how the USA and Canada don't just have a free border that you can go straight through. Nowadays, it makes a little more sense. A map of the border dispute between China and South Korea over Socotra Rock. So yeah, as you can see, the rock is not in sight, and that's because it's 18 feet underwater.
What?
They are spawn trapping an island. And by the looks of it, it actually has a lot of names. South Korea know it as Leodo or Parandodo, whereas China calls the rock Sion or Socotra, the commonly accepted name that comes from the British ship that first discovered... How the hell did we discover a rock that was 18 feet underwater in a different continent? I'm sorry, as a British person, I'm saying it. We really need to mind our own business. Let's just stick to England. And maybe Benidorm as well. Apart from that, we just stay out of it. A map of the border between Nebraska and Iowa at Carter Lake. This is another one similar to the New York, New Jersey situation. Do you know what I think happened? I reckon the guy that was drawing this border happened to be super nonchalant. You know, had his legs up on the desk, his really round foot, and just drew around it. Tell me that's not reasonable. Finally, we got this one where the border of California and Nevada goes straight through this guy's swimming pool. Honestly, mental. You could do 4 laps of this swimming pool and your rights would change 8 times. Can't get that in many other places. But yeah, I'm gonna leave today's video there. I do apologise because some of these borders you would have seen in my YouTube shorts. But at the same time, my YouTube shorts aren't that memorable, so you probably don't remember. But thank you all for watching. I hope you did enjoy this video. Let me know if you'd like to see episode 2. And as always, please feel free to leave a like and maybe subscribe as we're getting close to 10 million subscribers. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Peace.